It all started when Percy Jackson, a 12-year-old boy with dyslexia and ADHD, went on a school field trip to the Metropolitan Museum of Art with his 6th grade class from Yancey Academy. What seemed like a normal day took a bizarre turn when his math teacher, Mrs. Dodds, transformed into a bat-winged, red-eyed monster with claws. Percy had no idea what was happening. His classmate Grover vanished, and Mr. Brunner, his Latin teacher, appeared out of nowhere and tossed him a bronze sword. Percy managed to defend himself, and the creature disintegrated into dust. But when he returned to the group, no one seemed to remember Mrs. Dodds, not even Grover. From that moment on, Percy grew suspicious that something was seriously wrong with his life. He was soon expelled again from school, just like every year before. Back home in New York, he reunited with his loving mother, Sally Jackson, and his foul-smelling, abusive stepfather, Gabe Ugliano. Sally decided to take Percy on a surprise trip to Montauk, a beach spot full of family memories and a place where she had once met Percy's real father. One stormy night, Grover suddenly appeared at their cabin, revealing that he wasn't just a clumsy kid, he was a satyr, half human, half goat, and Percy was in grave danger. They fled the cabin, but were soon attacked by a minotaur, a towering bull-headed monster. In the chaos, Sally was taken by the creature and vanished in a golden light. Fueled by rage and fear, Percy fought the minotaur and tore off one of its horns, killing it before collapsing. He woke up days later in a rustic cabin at Camp Half-Blood, a secret refuge for demigods like him. There, he met Annabeth Chase, daughter of Athena, a brilliant and battle-smart girl who eyed him with suspicion. He also discovered that Mr. Brunner was actually Chiron, a wise centaur who trained young heroes. Grover was revealed to be his assigned protector. At camp, Percy began his training: sword fighting, obstacle courses, monster survival, and started to understand the truth. The Greek gods were real and very much alive. They still ruled from Mount Olympus, now hovering invisibly over the Western world. Since Percy's divine parent hadn't claimed him yet, he was temporarily placed in Hermes' cabin, where all unclaimed demigods stayed. He met Luke Castellan, an older son of Hermes, charismatic and skilled in combat, and also encountered the aggressive children of Ares, the god of war. During a game of capture the flag, Percy was ambushed by Clarisse, daughter of Ares. He fell into a stream, and to everyone's shock, his wounds instantly healed, and a glowing trident appeared over his head. Poseidon had claimed him as his son. This caused an uproar, as the 3 elder gods, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, had sworn an oath after World War II not to father more children, due to the destructive power of their offspring. Then, things got worse. Zeus's master bolt, the most powerful weapon on Earth, had been stolen, and he believed Poseidon used Percy to do it. Unless the bolt was returned before the summer solstice, an all-out war among the gods would begin. Percy was given a quest by the camp's oracle: travel west, find the stolen weapon, and return it to Olympus. Annabeth and Grover would go with him. Their suspected target, Hades, lord of the underworld who lived in Los Angeles. Their first challenge came in an abandoned garden shop in New Jersey, where they were attacked by furies disguised as old ladies. Percy barely managed to fend them off. Next, in a roadside diner, they encountered Medusa, who had turned travelers into statues. Percy cleverly used a reflective surface to decapitate her without making eye contact, and mailed her head to Olympus as a message. They boarded a train to St. Louis, but at the top of the Gateway Arch, they were ambushed by Echidna and the Chimera, a fire-breathing lion-goat-snake hybrid. Percy leaped into the Mississippi River to escape and discovered he could breathe underwater, communicate with sea life, and heal himself. More signs of his Poseidon heritage. In Denver, they ran into Ares, god of war, who offered help but only if they retrieved his shield from a deadly amusement park ride designed by Hephaestus. Inside the ride, they were almost incinerated by mechanical spiders and traps. Percy began to suspect Ares wasn't telling the whole truth, but accepted his offer of transport to Las Vegas. In Las Vegas, they entered the enchanting Lotus Hotel and Casino, where time seemed to stop. They were seduced by food, video games, and luxuries. Days passed in what felt like hours. Luckily, Percy snapped out of the trance and managed to pull Annabeth and Grover out. Realizing they had lost precious time, they hurried toward Los Angeles. After escaping the Lotus Hotel in Las Vegas, Percy, Annabeth, and Grover urgently resume their quest. They realize they've lost several days, and the summer solstice is dangerously close. They head to Los Angeles, where the entrance to the underworld, the realm of Hades, is hidden. There, they hope to recover the Master Bolt and rescue Percy's mother, Sally Jackson, who has been missing since the Minotaur attack. In Los Angeles, they locate a recording studio that serves as a front for the underworld's entrance. Using a magic pass given to them by the god Ares, they convince Charon, the ferryman of the river Styx, to take them across after bribing him with golden drachmas. Inside, they pass through the judgment chamber where souls are sorted by their actions in life. To Percy's shock, the Master Bolt is mysteriously inside his backpack, even though he never placed it there. Things worsen when Hades accuses Percy of also stealing his Helm of Darkness, which has weakened his control over the dead. Furious, Hades threatens to imprison them forever. Percy realizes they've been manipulated from the very start. To escape, Percy uses the magic pearls given to him earlier by a naiad at Camp Half-Blood. Each person steps on a pearl, which creates a protective bubble that lifts them out of the underworld. In an act of sacrifice, Percy chooses to leave his mother behind and uses the third pearl to save Grover and Annabeth. He knows he must prevent a war among the gods before anything else. They emerge on the shores of the Pacific Ocean. Desperate, Percy seeks out Ares, the god of war, to confront him directly. He finds him on a beach in Santa Monica and challenges him to a duel. Though vastly outmatched, Percy taps into his powers as a son of Poseidon, using water to his advantage. Against all odds, he wounds Ares, who retreats in humiliation. Before disappearing, Ares warns Percy that the war among the gods is far from over. After the battle, Percy retrieves Hades' helm from Ares' possession and returns it to the underworld through Hades' emissaries. Then, he and his friends head back to New York, climbing to the 600th floor of the Empire State Building, the secret entrance to Mount Olympus, located high above Manhattan. There, Percy returns the Master Bolt to Zeus just in time. Zeus, still wary, accepts it. Percy explains what really happened and insists someone else was behind it all. Poseidon meets with Percy privately, expressing cautious pride in his son. Percy understands their relationship will be distant, but he's finally been acknowledged. Back at Camp Half-Blood, Percy is celebrated as a hero. But days later, he's invited to the woods by Luke Castellan, son of Hermes. In a shocking twist, Luke confesses that he was the true thief of both the Master Bolt and the Helm of Darkness. He reveals that he was acting under the orders of Kronos, the ancient titan and father of the gods, who was slowly rising again from Tartarus. Luke tries to kill Percy with a scorpion, but Percy survives thanks to his resilience. The betrayal shakes him deeply. He realizes that a greater war is coming, one that will test the gods themselves. As summer ends, Percy is offered the chance to stay at camp year-round, but he chooses to return to the mortal world to live with his mother, who has finally rid herself of Gabe Ugliano once and for all. Together, they begin a new chapter. Still, Percy knows that nothing will ever be the same. His life is no longer ordinary. A prophecy looms, a war brews, and he now understands monsters are real. The gods are real, and he is at the center of a myth that's far from over.